up, you guys? Mixed Emotions here. Welcome back to the next installment of the story of Mixed Emotions. So, in the last chapter, chapter 29, Just Fight Me, Helen and I are Helen's fighting. I am not, because I don't want to hurt him. But Helen is like, he's been yelling at me and just saying, just fight me. He wants me to fight back, but I don't want to because I don't want to hurt him. So, EJ did something for him, and apparently we're going to he copied pictures for Helen to make me mad. And how does Helen make me mad? Well, we're about to find out right now. Before I continue, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell right down there so you can be notified anytime I do a premiere or I upload a video. And let's jump into this video right now. Chapter 30. I fight back. What? I asked. Look what I have, Helen said, holding the pictures to me. So? I said, turning around. Then I hear paper tearing apart. I swing around and see Helen ripping multiple pictures of me to shreds. Then I form a fireball in my hand and shot it at Helen, and he jumps out of the way. I'll make you regret that, I said. Helen dashes at me. I punch the ground and it becomes ice. Helen slips and I use my nature power. Then Vine was wrapped around my wrist, and I pull myself up so Helen doesn't knock me over. Helen slips and slams into a tree. Mace, get down here and unfreeze the floor, Helen said. I shoot a fireball at Helen, and he slips out of the way. I make an ice slide and get back to the ground and use my nature power to try to pin Helen to the ground. But Helen cuts the vines. Then I touch the ground and the ice melts. Helen darts at me with his knife in the hand. I make an ice sword and hold it to his chest. Mix, that sword won't help you. We're about to find out, I said. Helen jumps over me as I wind over to swing the sword and dashes away from me deeper into the woods. I start to slide on ice and jump on Helen. Then he pushes me off him. Then I backflip to my feet. Helen starts to dash away from me. My God, he never stops running, I said, sliding on ice. Finally, Helen stops running until he's back in the yard. Now I got you, I said. Helen smiles eviously. Helen turns around and throws his knife at me. It hits me in my cheek and cuts my skin where my cheekbone is. I lose my foot and I start to slip. Then I try to use my nature power to save me from getting hurt. The vines wrap around my wrist, but Domino slid Helen's knife across the ice, and he grabs it and throws it at the vines, and it cuts them, and I fall to the ground. Ha ha, Helen said. Helen, I'm going to kill you, as I gain off the ground and dashing at him. Helen starts to dash at me. I slid under him, then he spun around. I backflip over him, then Helen stops and starts to pant. I kick Helen in the back, the knife flies out of his hand, and then I see something fly out of his back coat pocket. Then Helen falls to the ground and rolls over so he's lying on his back. Helen looks at me with fear in his eyes. I pin him in the ground by freezing his wrist to the ground. Then I backflip and make an ice cage around him, and I stand on top of it. Then Ben, Eilish, Jack, and Toby. Then I slid down and here. Mixed emotions. Well done. You've won. You can stay here. So the reason I had to fight someone is I had to fight Helen to stay living in the mansion. If I didn't, apparently I would have to leave and find a different place to live. Thunder said, I use pink to heal my cheek, and I take my mask off and walk over to see what flew out until I hear, Mix, unfreeze the cuffs around my wrist. Helen said on the verge of tears. No, I said. I see the sketchbook that's full of pictures of me. I turn to face Helen and I unfreeze the cage. Helen looks at me. Then I pull out my knife and dart at him. Toby, stop him! He's gonna kill Helen, Ben yelled. I jump up to stab Helen and he closes his eyes waiting for the painful death. Then Toby tackles me and pins me to the ground. Mix, what the hell do you think you're doing? Toby asked. Helen tricked me, I said, struggling, trying to get out of Toby's grasp. He only did that so you would fight back, Toby said. Is that true? I asked. Yes, it is, Helen said. I unfreeze the cuffs. Then Helen walks over to me and helps me up after Toby got off me. I use my healing powers to heal Helen. Cliffhanger. That's the end of this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys, and also, I'm gonna give you a little bit another look of my ice sword. So what this is, so this ice sword technically is a Nerf sword. And the blade, we spray painted the color kind of ice. Then we went to Hobby Lobby, got some snowflake stickers and a whole bunch of other stuff. My mom had some jewels that apparently I could put on there, so I put snowflakes all over it. Put snowflake stickers, some jewels over it to make it look more nice. Looking at it now, I know it looks pretty weird, and it probably looks really weird. But something that people don't know about the sword, it actually, the hilt, so from here, so from where my finger is, right here, down, is actually what I have. So the ice sword, apparently, so the blade of the sword is what I make with ice. So I have this hilt around, it's connected to my belt at all times. Whenever I need to make the sword, I pull out the hilt and then I shoot ice, and then apparently I create the sword, and I can shape the sword however, I can shape the blade however I want. But that's the end of this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys for the next video, and until next time, now back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the past. YouTube, let's go. Mwah.